and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lawrencia and this is Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is not a good one. I just woke up this morning hearing the news. I have not been feeling good, and I decided, we need to talk about these things. VID's wife. Now, VID is Ikechukwu Ogbonna. He is a car dealer and a multi-millionaire. His wife is Bimbo. They have been having so many issues, and this woman recently just passed on a couple of hours ago. Now, this story has been on social media for the past, days of the whole incident. She set herself ablaze, allegedly. Now, let me just go back to the beginning. Now, VID, or Ikechukwu, because then he was not VID, basically. So Bimbo met Ikechukwu when she was about allegedly 15 years old. So they started dating and she got pregnant. She hid this from her family, allegedly, but this was what she actually came out to say. These are from her words. The parents were thinking, oh, our daughter, you cannot even imagine that your 15 years old daughter is pregnant. So she said she hid this pregnancy from her parents. She was wearing baggy top. They thought, our child is getting fat. You cannot come and body shame your daughter. When she was 7 months pregnant was when she actually finally opened up to her mother to say that, you're still going to be a grandma soon. Oh. The mother was confused. She was alarmed. According to Bimbo, the mother took her to the hospital when she was 7 months pregnant, and basically they came back without pregnancy. So fill the blanks in. What happened at the hospital. So when she came back, she was no longer pregnant. She was not happy about it because her plan, how people have plans of, I want to grow up, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be this, or I want to be... Her main goal was just to get married and have children. So when that happened, she was not happy about it. They grounded her for a couple of weeks. Immediately, they released Bimbo from their grips. Bimbo got pregnant again for IK. Now, the pregnancy belonged to IK. Now, IK is also a young person. He was not working. He didn't have any source of income. It was just like teenage love. They were shacking each other. So when she got pregnant again for the second time, now the parents was like, we cannot be doing this, taking trips to the hospital because this girl, this is what she wants to do. So the parents allowed the pregnancy. At this point in time, IK, according to the story, he came and they did introduction. Because at that point, IK was living on the streets. Bimbo family paid for an accommodation for them. The sister and the father were funding their upkeep. The mother actually, according to Bimbo, gave them her car for IK to use for, now it's Uber, but let's say then it was taxi driving. So he was doing taxi driving and making small money for the family. Before you could say Jack, IK joined the Yahoo, allegedly joined the Yahoo people, according to Bimbo, because she has been very vocal on social media before her passing. So according to her, IK joined Yahoo and actually got her into the whole thing. So she was part of the whole, helping him, allegedly, get, do all this runs thing. When they need a female voice, she will be the one to do the thing. When they need to collect money, she was the one collecting this thing until they hit it big. After they made money from Yahoo, IK took the money and invested in car business. IK started dealing different cars, luxury cars. Money started, money was already there, but that was kind of a way to max where this money was coming from. Before then, allegedly, Bimbo was going to different native doctor, allegedly to get charm. Yahoo Plus now, sometimes these people don't do it empty-handed. Allegedly, Bimbo was going to different native doctor to get charm for IK to become what he is today. So when they made money, they have 5 children now, and when IK become finally successful, Ike has always been philandering with different women. Like, even before then, when they were dating as teenagers, according to the story, she was getting pregnant so that she could trap Ike, allegedly. So even at that point, Ike was dating different women. Ike was, as a fine boy now, he was doing everything. Bimbo, because she wanted to get Ike, got pregnant, allegedly. So when Ike now had money, Ike realized that I could now date whoever I want to date. I could now be, I am not married to this woman, so I am single, basically. This was going on. Ike was he was not a responsible father. He was not a responsible partner at all. He was philandering. He was chasing everything. In fact, he had children. Even within their relationship, he had kids outside. And even on top of that, Ike was abusing Bimbo. Like, it was documented on social media. She will come and post all these things. Swollen eyes, swollen lips, blood on her face. In fact, she went live on one of those occasions when Ike was kind of battering her. People were like, Bimbo, leave this man. Leave this man. Why are you still in this marriage? In fact, when she was 8 months, was it 7 months pregnant? 8 months pregnant. This guy beat her until she was in coma. They took her to the hospital. They prayed and prayed and prayed. After some days, she regained her consciousness. They did a cesarean section. They delivered her of that child. The family were thinking, okay, this will be the end of the whole situation. Ladies and gentlemen, Bimbo, her friends gathered and were like, you want to leave your husband for side chick? How can you leave you labored for this man? Now you want to leave him for side chick. They practically brought her back to the house. There was a video that went viral when they were saying after she was beaten to coma when she was 7 months pregnant and had a cesarean section to save the baby and save her life. These people brought her back home to say that you cannot allow side chick to win. Side chick is not going to reap from the fruit of your labor. You have to be with your husband. Bimbo came back, reconciled with Ike. They started again. As this whole thing was going on, Ike had a regular side chick where, this lady, I don't even want to call her name, like she's not even that relevant. Basically, she was dating this guy. Bimbo, according to the story, Bimbo called her to warn her, to tell her, what are you doing with my husband? This is the known side chick that Bimbo actually called out. What are you doing with my husband? Leave my husband alone. You have done all this surgery. Listen, all these girls, once they do their bum, they throw caution to the wind. Like, they don't even care anymore. They just go after anything that could fund their lifestyle. That was how this lady started dating VID. Now he's VID. He has made money. He's into card business. All these small girls with big God, if they want to come and pepper people on social media, they go to VID, hire cars. They claim that they bought these cars, and then of course they're going to pay by kind to VID. So this VID had multiple baby mamas, multiple side chicks, multiple girlfriends, like known to the wife. Every day, Bimbo is fighting Ike. You have to be faithful to me. You have to do this. You have to do that. After that coma, when she came back home, she was like, if you do this again, it's going to be over. According to the story, that was when that side chick came into the picture and she confronted the side chick. The side chick said, no, they are just friends. So she does not have anything to do with VID, that they are just friends. Bimbo told VID, you have to give my own pound of flesh. I made you who you are. You have never supported me. I gave you my life. I made you. She said she filed for divorce. But they were not even married. So she cannot go to court to lay claims to anything that VID own, because they are not married. They are not legally married. They are not even married in a church. So this was the problem that she had. So she was now fighting VID to give her, according to there was a video, she went live, she was actually screaming at him, give me my pound of flesh, you must give me my pound of flesh. People were wondering, what is this pound of flesh that you're talking about? So somebody now came out to clarify that because she felt that she made VID who he is, he owes her everything, or he owes her maybe half of what he owns, because she was there when he started this whole Yahoo thing. She was the one going around getting the whole charm that was needed. She was the one that was collecting this money until he made it big. So she felt that he owes her everything. She was asking for a pound of flesh. Now leave the house. Bimbo did not want to leave the house. According to Bimbo, she tried ending her life several times. Like, she actually came out and asked social services to come and take her children, that she cannot bear this anymore, that this is just too much for her, that how can she, like, she's losing her mind. For somebody to come out to say that she has tried to end her life severally. Mental health. People need to take mental health seriously. People need to listen. Don't let anybody push you to that edge. Don't let anybody make you cross the line of sanity to enter insanity. No, regardless of who that person is. But we cannot blame the dead. Bimbo was there demanding for a pound of flesh. VID, you see, Nigerian men, they will not give up anything, especially even if you take them to court. Like, the court will even rule in their favor, not to talk of when you're not even married to this person. So as far as he's concerned, he owes her nothing. We're just sitting and minding our business when a video was posted on social media. According to the story, they had fighters. They are fight as usual. Bimbo decided her children were in the house. The VID was in the house. Everybody was in that house. Bimbo decided to burn down the house. Like, this is somebody that has come out openly to claim that she is mentally unstable. She has tried several times to end her life. According to a report, they were saying it was a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake. I just think she snapped. I just think she's had enough. She decided to just burn everything down, including everybody in that house. Bimbo took petrol. I mean, if you know Nigeria, you know that what they use is, petrol for powering their generators. So everybody has petrol in their house. Bimbo took petrol, poured petrol all over the house, and set herself and the house ablaze. When the whole thing was now burning, the children were thrown into the pool. Bimbo herself jumped into the pool, but at this point she was burnt beyond recognition. A neighbor took her to 10 different hospitals. They rejected her. They said, this woman, she's burnt beyond recognition. Like, there's no way she's going to survive this whole thing. Finally, even VID, when she burnt that house, according to the person that took her to the hospital, VID refused to drive her to the hospital because he was like, this is the mother of your children, 5 children. VID refused to take the wife to the hospital. So this neighbor was the one driving to different hospitals. They rejected them, 10 different hospitals. One of them was finally able to admit her. They took her to the ICU and they tried saving her life. This story broke. Everybody was praying. Yesterday, I was just praying that this woman should survive this thing. Like, yes, we know that you've attempted to end it all several times, but this is now public knowledge. Everybody was praying. Everybody was like, God, help this woman, help this woman. VID took off. He ran off. He jackpot. Nobody knows if he's still in the country. This guy took off and ran off. Now, this morning we woke up to the news that Bimbo has passed on. Bimbo has passed on. Like, I didn't even know how to react, because when all these things was going on, I didn't want to make a video about it, because I was like, you see all these this, marriage issue. If you see every day these things are happening.
Actually, I got back yesterday from the work, and I was so exhausted. And what I got from my partner was a heated argument and all that. She was insulting me. There's nothing she didn't say to me. But what I decided to do was not to touch her and all that. She put on fire everywhere. In my house. In my own house. She locked me outside and could not access to my house. And what she did next was to lock me outside and keep the kids. This is about 2 weeks now, and all I get from this woman is damage, spoiling properties. See? You are small. As they borrow money for hand. They borrow money for shower hand. She just did this to me right now.
If you sit down and start talking about all these issues, they will think, oh, you're not married. Don't talk about it. Listen. This is just ridiculous. This is getting out of hand. When we start talking about these things, people will tell you, oh, you're not married, you don't understand. The shame culture. Okay, she got pregnant when she was a teenager, like the mother tried. Nobody is condoning what she did when she was 7 months pregnant. But this is a mother trying to save her child, her teenage daughter. But even at that did not work. They even tried to set them up, give them accommodation. According to Bimbo, give VID a car to help him, pay for his new family. Bimbo is no more. She's left behind 5 children. Everybody is now coming out to say, why did she not leave? She should have left. A lot of people were condemning the fact that she stayed in a very abusive marriage. She stayed for that long. She stayed for 20 years. And according to Bimbo, they've been together for 20 years. And all those years, she's been through a lot. She was saying she was very vocal on social media. She was very vocal. She said this that she has not known peace all those years that she has been with IK. Let's say she got pregnant as a teenager and decided to be a single mother. Society will bash her. You're a single parent. How can you be? You're morally bankrupt. How can you be a single parent at this young age? How can you get pregnant at that young age? Meanwhile, people saying all these things, they did worse than that. Now, if she decided, okay, she's going to be with this guy, marry him, and build a family. Maybe when it was no longer working, if she had left when he beat her to coma, when she was carrying their 5th child, and she decided to leave the marriage, people will come out and say, single parent, you left your house for a side chick. You left your husband for a side chick. Which man will not cheat on you? Somebody actually said, oh, is this just a slap? You're leaving your husband because of a slap. Like, they will still blame the woman. Like, why did she not endure? Why would she leave her family? Why would she break up her home because of side chick? Now, okay, she decided to stay, and now she has passed on. It is the same people that are blaming her. Why did she not leave? Until we stop the culture of shame. You shame people for not being married. You shame people for being married and being in abusive situations. You shame people for, leaving abusive situations to be single parents. You shame people for remaining in abusive situations. You also shame people for dying in abusive. Like, we need to stop that culture of shame. I can't even tell you how many times I've heard people say, oh, just go and marry him now. Marry him and have your children. Just ignore. All men are like that. Just marry him, have your children, and just... How about after having those children? What happens? What happens after you have those children? They will still shame you to remain in that situation. When you decide to leave, they will still shame you. She cannot make her marriage work. She cannot keep a man. She cannot do this. And then you decide to remain there. And you end up like, this is these things are happening on a daily basis. Do we want to talk about Ikechukwu? Now, this is a very godly, heavenly filled woman that stayed in her marriage until the end because of what people will say. We need to sit down. Each and every one of us need to sit down and stop the blame and shame culture. Stop shaming people for not being married. Stop shaming single parents. Stop shaming people that decide to divorce. In fact, stop shaming men that leave their wife to go and marry another person. If that marriage is working, because in as much as we want to stop shaming women, we also need to stop shaming men. Because if IK has left Bimbo to go and marry somebody else, they will say, after she made him who he is, now he's going out to go and marry somebody else. But that marriage was not working. We need to stop shaming people. We just need to stop shaming people. I know I'm shouting, but I can't even deal. I can't. I was so emotional this morning. I was like, wow. And I don't even know these people. I don't even know them. But it's just a sad situation. And the reality is, somebody somewhere right now is pressuring somebody to get married to. That man is not good for her. But you're saying, just go and have your children. Hey, ignore him, have your children. After those children are born, what happens? What happens? You're still going to shame that person to remain. We need to do better. We need to do better as a society. I don't even want to blame anybody. I just want us to learn lessons from these things. Don't shame anybody. If you see a single mother walking on the street, there is a reason why she's a single mother. It's not always her fault. It's not always her fault. 90% of people are in marriages that, that they should not be in. But those 90% are the ones that will come and tell you, why are you not married? Why are you still single? You cannot find a man. You cannot keep a man. Excuse me, is it men that we call? This is 21st century. This is 2022. Marriage is not the ultimate. Just that status of I am married. People have gone to their grave just to that status. That status have put a lot of people in their graves. We need to stop these things. Allow people live their life. And if you're in a bad situation and you're thinking people are going to laugh at you, it is better they laugh at you than for them to come out and blame you at the end of the day when you didn't live when you're supposed to live. Live for your children. Live for your sanity. Bimbo was there until she became crazy. She came out and said she's no longer mentally stable. People were not listening. I mean, you can't go and drag an adult with 5 children out of her husband's house. You can only advise. But people should learn lessons from these things. When you are building it, because according to Bimbo, one of her, when she was shouting, I want my pound of flesh, her pain was that she built this man up. She spent her 20 years of her life trying to make sure that this man succeeds, thinking, okay, once he succeeds, he's going to help her. But he never did. Don't forget yourself. Don't forget yourself for any reason. Even if you have children, one day those children are going to leave you. They are going to leave you and go and find their life. And then you're going to be there bitter. I gave my life for you. Yeah. I don't know. We should just stop the shaming people. We should just stop it. Don't shame anybody when you don't know their story. Don't shame people when you have not walked in their shoes. If anybody is coming to tell you, this is my situation, don't come out and say, is it just slap? My husband was punching me and I stayed. Don't do it. Allow people to live their life. And if somebody, you cannot advise somebody, just pray for people. Pray for them. May her soul rest in peace. And I wish the kids, So, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Do you think that the shame culture that we have in our society is one of the major issue or one of the major catalysts why people are jumping into abusive situations and staying in an abusive marriage or relationship just because they don't want people to say they cannot keep a man? Is that the problem, or is there something else that I don't know? So please leave me a comment in the comment section and tell me, what do you think? What do you think needs to change in this whole situation, in this whole culture that we've built around marriage? So let me know in the comment section. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Bye bye.